Good morning. Let's see. I've got to. Am I live on YouTube? Yep. There we go. Hit the thumbs up button if you're just tuning in. Waiting for me. I guess it's waiting. Should be live. There I am. Okay. It's behind. Or I'm just not seeing it. I do need some type of here. No, I can't put that there. I got my glasses today too. Your boy's getting old. Let's see. Can I see? No, I guess I can't see with those on. It's a mix. Let's see. We're gonna move this down here, and let me make sure I've got Active Trader Pro. Where is Active Trader Pro? There it is. Okay. I am watching, by the way. Morning, Joe. TQQQ. Honestly, and I'll say it, TQQQ under 40. Morning, Mickey. Okay. Whenever I see your name, Mickey, I think of South Park, Mr. Garrett. Okay. Is that what you call the gray hair, Joe? This weekend I'm going to dye it again so it's pure white. If I could get gray, I'd love gray, but I'm not a big fan of my natural red. So it does look like TQQQ. Morning, Nevin. It does look like TQQQ. It will be under 40. Here, this is what I'm looking at. I think under 40, my personal opinion. And I think, okay, Mickey. I think I told you to buy this under 40. I thought it would get under there. I think under 40. Let's go back to Safari. Under 40 on TQQQ. Here, if we go back to QQQ, we're going to go to the 4 hour. Here's the thing. From here, look at that MACD up there. It's at about 6. Okay? To here, you've gone down to about 3. Still high. But when you were here, the RSI was at 80. You're down at 57. Question is, do the bulls have enough power in the market to pull this up over that, looks like 372? Gotta blow my nose. Hold on. The June jobs report. Hey, Butch. Butch UK, not Butt Chuck. The jobs report that comes out at 8:30, kind of, the jobs report yesterday from ADP is what pulled down the market. So, and full disclosure, to quote the the movie Old School with Will Ferrell. If you haven't watched that movie, watch that movie. But to quote that, I've got a big day. We're heading to Home Depot. Instead of Home Depot, though, we're heading to Costco. Okay, good. I got it right. I hate when I mispronounce stuff. And I do think, by the way, that we are in a bull market pullback that might let us go higher, but it is extended. I mean, God, just look at Apple. Apple's got that button hook. I need to check the grade 8. Maybe that's the paid content this weekend is an update on the grade 8. You got Apple. Amazon's under 130. I mean, Amazon's got that button hook. Amazon, Andy Jassy came out yesterday and said they're strong in the AI, in the AI realm. They believe that with their custom chips that are coming out and stuff in their back end, that they are well positioned. So you got Apple, Amazon. Then you've got Google. We buy GOOG. You know what? Let's go to Seeking Alpha. I'm going to do this. G, and then we're going to compare against GL. Let's see. So GOOGL is doing worse by 0.1. That's not an insignificant difference. Year to date, kind of insignificant. 6 month, GOOGL is actually outperforming by 0.4 almost. 1 month, GOOGL. 5 days, GOOGL. 1 day, GOOG. So, but I'm sticking with GOOG, not GOOGL. So, Google, you've had a new buy-in at 120. If you can get this under 120, in pre-market it's at 120.74. I think you just buy there. Be honest. Then you got Meta, which is going to be a $400 stock. I don't 292. I mean, here's Meta. If we take a look at, let's look at a daily. I want to look at a daily. Oh, and I forgot to turn back on my price by volume. Nope. I've got to, hold on. Earnings. There it is. I've got to look at the, let me shrink that. Since you guys are here, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. But Meta, $400. I'm going to move this to a daily. Then we're going to bring this back to the time when Mark Zuckerberg said, we're going to spend $10 billion a year or a quarter on the metaverse. Well, that's a 320. You're getting a 320. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind you're getting a 320. So even if you go over here to Finviz, their forward PE is only 20. And this is the year of efficiency, and they're probably going to – they haven't started ads on Threads yet. I'm waiting for that to happen. They passed 20 billion users to 20 million users in first 48 hours, but you got Meta. Then you go down, you had the only stock that was up in my portfolio yesterday was Microsoft, and you got a buy-in here at 339. So I'm going to mention this. Grade 8, Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, Netflix, NVIDIA, Tesla. And there's one more. What have I forgotten? 1, 2, 3, 4. Apple, Amazon, Google. Let me go to FinViz's platform. Home. Apple, Amazon. Definitely missing one. It's just kind of stuck in my head. What am I missing? Oh, let's look at. Oh, stop. I gotta look this up. do. Bum, bum, bum. Sorry, bear with me. Man, I could take a lot of notes. Low cost Vanguard. Entry signal. Where's my grade 8? That may be the paid content this weekend is, hey, here's the grade 8. And maybe SPYI. Why can't I read? Here, there you go. Let's see. Let me put this down here. Bum, 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 bum. Which one was I missing? I'll look. I got Meta. I got Google. I got Apple. Got Amazon. I've got Netflix. Oh, Microsoft. That's what it was. What? Man. Okay. It's the grade 8. Hello, Governor. Governor. Oh, Governor. I like that one, Brandon. Yeah, so Microsoft. Okay, jobs numbers are in. Let me see how TQQQ did. TQQQ. You're at $40.74. Go. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to buy TQQQ. Should have bought it when it was closer to the low. But see here, if we look and I bring that over and we shrink this down, you've got confirmation. So transact, trade, TQQQ. What's that? Ooh, there we go. Pre-market session. Let's see. Let's see if it buys it. I may have just missed it, but because I can't use my fucking laptop, it may come down to it. I just put in a pretty big order on TQQQ. So we'll see what happens. Okay. And we're going to, I gotta put my watch on. It's not gonna get down there. Let's see. I gotta move you over. I'm moving you over there. I'm doing it on my computer. Okay, you're on that one. Log in. Bum, 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 bum. Activity and orders. Let's see. That'll get in there. That'll get a buy. So, let's see. Filled. Okay. Your boy bought TQQQ. So, I am going to, so I don't accidentally, yeah, I'm trading. More in Q-tip. We're going to go to Safari. Extend this out a little bit. Wish I could get rid of this, but I can't. Sorry. Sometimes you guys, when I'm on here, I can't trade, and that bugs me. So okay, let's do some scans, because I gotta be out of here to go to Costco. Hey, governor. There won't be too many. Nothing in the brokerage holdings. Well, I need to put, you know what? I need to put Sedge. I do scans of stuff. And now, I don't know that I will be holding through the weekend. But I did buy it at a pretty high volume up point. I should have kept it at 40.50, but I bought it at $40.79. I'll check it at the end of the day. It's already down to 470, so you can buy in for less than me if that's your thing. Let's see, core investments. Anything going on there? Nothing in core investments. Covered call ETFs. Nope. The levered ETFs probably got some. ALB, Albemarle, energy levered ETFs. Let's look at these. All the short stuff. SPXU, SDS, HIBS, SDOW. And remember HIBS. If you remember HIBS, HIBS, I traded this one in that realm. And then I got out. I think I got out at 420, but because it seemed like a good number. I got in it in the threes. And look, the market has traded kind of sideways. So the next candle showed up on 5 minutes, and it still got confirmation. So I like that one. I needed a bet. I really needed a bet today, so I bet on TQQQ. It's probably a better setup. You know, one that I actually, well, I'll save it for the podcast, but I think I'm going to put a money into an EV stock. So, okay, there's the levered ETFs. We got those written down. Low-cost Vanguard, anything? I don't think there's going to be anything in this. It wasn't very bullish yesterday. So, not there. Should have waited for under 40 on TQQQ. Oh, well. Here's what I see on TQ. Let me move over to TQQQ. This is what I see. This is why I wanted to. And I do trade this on the 65. Should have looked at that. No. Yes. Okay. No, we're going to move over here. Boom. This is what I saw. There's a gap up here to 41.24. I mean, I'm just looking. It started to fill that with yesterday's candles on the upswing. And if we open up above $40.28, which it does look like we will, although it's back to $40.30 something cents. Wow, it took a big downturn in the last 5 minutes, but as we get more towards open. Did more shit come out? We'll see. I don't mind losing. You know, I won't lose a couple $100 if I get out at the end of the day. I'll lose like less than $100 probably, but because I can't imagine TQQ is going to be down, what, 10% today. But I took my bet. I'll place it. I'll look at it through the day. But I liked that setup into today because you got out with the morning candle. You haven't gotten back in on the 65 minute. So, but I did like that setup. So, okay. We didn't look at spider sectors. Nope, nothing there. Not owned. Let's see if anything in the not owned section crossed up. This is my personal watch list that I don't make public, but I'm thinking of at some point in time. It's a rather long list. It is the shit that I trade. It is the shit I invest in. I don't even know what gallium exposure is. Is that the EV thing? Let's see. What ETFs have exposure to gallium? Vanek rare earth. You know what? Let's ask Bard. How can I invest in gallium stock market? Well, let's see. First, we have to train it. Do you know what gallium is? I found this type of stuff works best with Bard. Let's see. What stocks can I in stocks or ETFs invest in to get gallium exposure? Here you go. AVGO, semiconductor company that manufactures gallium arsenide products, and Entergist, ENTG. IQE, a semiconductor company that manufactures gallium arsenide and phosphate products. Vanex Semiconductor, SMH. So, Brandon, there you go. AVGO, AVGO, semiconductor stuff. I don't know the best, but shit, Bard knows better than I do. Write those down if you'd like. Let's continue our scans. Okay, nothing on the not owned, which is shocking to me. Let's check out the ARC, because something sometimes pops up in the ARC. But nothing today. I've traded some of these before. Look at this one. I mean, this is Teva Pharmaceuticals Limited. I mean, look at how far under the 200-day that one is. And it's coming back. I mean, yesterday's period was 3%. It's got that ascending wedge. A little bit overbought. We're going to look at the Dow. WBA. Why would I want to invest in this? Only reason is to cover that gap back to 31. But do I believe that? Oh. Average target price 34. Yeah. I mean, 34 is an over estimation. They're still not making money. They're in a turnaround. I don't like it. I mean, I'll put it on there, but I don't like it. Let's look up the NASDAQ. By the way, Jim Cramer last night said oil is done with, so you know where your boy's putting some money. And look, we made the entire round trip on TQQQ. I'll show it to you in a little bit. Verisk, I don't like this. It's run too much. Let's look at the S&P. WBA. Wow, that's the only one that kind of... Okay. Here. Let's go over to Strategy Tester and the 65-minute on... You know what? I got to move you over to... Because I don't have pre-market and TrendSpider. TQQQ made the entire round trip. It got up to $40.91. I bought near the high. But I just have a feeling for some reason that at some point in today I can pull that out with a gain. Don't ask me why. It makes no sense. This is called trading on emotion. And it doesn't make sense, but I'm willing to do it on a Friday because I just... Uber's down near 40. It's at 42. You know what's doing really well? And Jim Cramer said, do not invest in it. The malls were empty. I think he said that around the end of May. He goes, over Memorial Day weekend, I was at a Simon Property Group mall, and it was dead. It was dead. Stock's done. Get out. You've gone from 103 up to 119. What a douche. Stock's dead. Yeah. Meanwhile, when David Simon agreed to come on his show, he was kissing his ass, saying he was the best manager ever. And now that David Simon refused to come on his show, yeah, I was in the Simon mall, and it's just bad. What a dick. Cleveland Cliffs is back down in the 15s. This one, it got you out with a 2% gain from this $15 buy. So Cleveland Cliffs is out. Costco's coming back down to that 500 mark. Disney can't get out of its own freaking way. Devon and all the other energy plays are just dying on a stick. Coke almost under 60 again. I bought that one again. I sold some and then I bought it back under 60. MPLX, I just play this for the dividend. That gap right there. I mean, up to 30. It's only 34.96. So don't get excited, even though the gap looks huge. This one just is a kind of a mainstay when you look at a weekly. I mean, it just doesn't move. It just does. I mean, and you get an 8% dividend. What is it, 8 or 9%? Let me see. It's a yield of 9%. Let's go over to Seeking Alpha because I can see the forward. This is where they estimate it. And we can go to dividends. Forward 9%. It just makes sense. PXD still at, do they still have this at 2%? Yeah. See, they have 2%. And then you go to the dividend history. And you can see the dividend history, adjusted amount, $2, 1.25, $1. They do two dividends, a special and a quarterly. Special and a quarterly. So they're not as good as they were last year. Last year they were paying on their other was like $6, $7, $4, $3. But I just have a feeling Exxon's going to buy them. So I've been adding. Where is PXD? Let's see. PXD, it is at 202 in pre-market. So almost under that 200. I mean, you could. Oh, I got to move you back over. Okay, let's see. I got my scans. Are we under? We're not under 40. TQQ's kind of taking off again. RIVN, Shopify, Meta, grade 8. SOFI, Shopify. I have shop. Boom, boom. From yesterday, I have 2 notes on shop. I don't need 2. Fubo for Sherry. Sam. So, Sherry, if you're here, Fubo, I'm going to look at that one. FUNC. Is it just me or does anybody else laugh when you see a symbol with FU in it? What is FUNC? Oh, I did get an email too. Hold on. I got an email from my dad from, I think it says Truist. Motley Fool wants you to buy Truist. Hey, Butch UK, thanks for subscribing. Yes, by Truist Financial. TFC. I'll post that article in the Facebook group. Motley Fool by TFC. I told you I liked financials. PRVT. PRVT, isn't that's an oil one too. But listen, let me look at FUNC. Ooh, this one looks ugly. Wow, this one looks ugly. You're coming up on your ex-dividend date. Oh, this was the bank I looked at. Nobody covers them. But wow, look at wow, these guys are buying. Oh, the value's nothing. They're buying like thousands of dollars worth. It's a small market cap's only 92 million. Super small cap. It's been third quarter dividend 5.84. Let's see. Payable on August 1st. Record July 18th. 20 cents per share. So you can get 20 cents per share for $13. What's 20 cents divided by $13.70?
I found this on the web.
What percentage is 20 cents of $13.70?
It's approximately $1.46.
What? Douche. Hello, Bard. Hello, Bard. If I get 20 cents dividend from a stock that sells at $13.70 percentage. Bum, 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 bum. Come on. Hey, that's not a bad way to make 1.46%. I mean, that's what you're getting here at $13.50, $13.70. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yeah, and he wants me to look at VOD2, Vodafone Group. I don't think this one's interesting either. No. I don't think that one's interesting at all. Let's see if there's any insider trading or anything. White Mountains Insurance. Media Alpha. This guy sold a bunch of Snowflake. $58 million worth. I mean, he sold, hundreds of millions of dollars of Snowflake. Latest inside trading buy of a pharma company, ChargePoint, options exercise, crude oil up, natural gas up. Okay. Let's look at SPY. Bum. Yep. TQQQ is officially down. It may open down. I think if you can get that under 40, I may buy more after I get this podcast done. Okay, let's start this puppy up. Good morning. Happy Friday, July 7th. I got to get my notes up here. I'm going to do a quick one for you today. And by quick, your boy's going to talk for at least 50, 60 minutes probably. I mean, come on. I just bought TQQQ in the pre-market. I like it under 40. It is currently at $40.17. I was not patient. The jobs number came out. I saw it moving. I jumped in with emotion, something you should not do. In fact, this weekend, I was working on the paid newsletter for this weekend. One of the things I may provide is the psychology of trading. And that may be, I broke my own rules. I said I wouldn't chase it up, chased it up. $40.79 I bought it at. It's currently at $40.17. It closed yesterday at $40.28. I think, remember, QQQ, the Qs were up, supposed to be up. They have a 100% win rate in the month of July. You had the big jobs number yesterday. You had kind of a big jobs number today. The market is priced in another July rate increase. Remember, anything that is in the market is priced into the market. So that's priced in. If for some reason they pause again, then you get a pop. So I think TQQQ for me is more of a, hey, I entered into this one. I bought fairly large. It was a 4-figure at least. So it probably wasn't the wisest move. But again, I think if I dollar cost average that down under 40, I think I can get a good play. Here's where we are with SPY. SPY right now, you're seeing that button hook. You saw this button hook back here in June. It didn't get you out. Again, the initial buy on SPY was way back here, May 11th at $411. So as far as SPY goes, you're seeing that button hook. You're seeing kind of this bottom gap get filled down here to 438. Right now, it's at 438. I think it's going to hang there. The triple levered TQQQ, I may break my own rule and hold it over the weekend just because, hey, I may dollar cost average into this one. I just like it under 40. For some reason, I think I can make it to 44 at some point in time. It's at $40.11 right now. So I'll be watching that one throughout the day. Make no mistake, the market is still in a bull market. Remember, the Qs can pull back, 17, 18%, and we'd still be in an upward trend. That is the biggest thing. I'm playing the triple levered ETF that we're still in a bull market. So that's my thing. If you'd like to jump in, feel free to jump in, do your research. The 65-minute, one of the reasons I bought TQQQ was when I went to the 65-minute algorithm and I looked at the Qs yesterday, and I looked, even though yesterday was a down day, you can see when we opened up, we went down, but it went up yesterday. So it opened at 366. It closed at 367. So for yesterday, we actually closed up from where we opened. I like that. And that was part of the reason of buying the TQQQ is I just think that, hey, if we're in an upward trend and we start it and we close higher than we opened today, maybe I'll do well. If not, I probably will dollar cost average under 40 on that one. You're currently under 40. It's at $39.99. So if you'd like to get in and you're listening on YouTube, now's the time to get in, start adding to it. I would add a little slower once you have the confirmation. Rivian, it was brought up. I think Hollywood brought this one up. And I said the valuation is crazy. Whenever I say valuation is crazy, don't freaking listen to me. I'm one of the, again, I'm a boomer. And sometimes I will say things that are crazy. If somebody had told me in 2018, do not buy Tesla because the valuation, and everybody was screaming that is crazy, you wouldn't have become a Tesla millionaire. So take it with a grain of salt. Now, Rivian, it is expensive, but Rivian just got an upgrade to a $35 price target. This could get it absolutely above 30. I like it. I may be buying this one. I may be crazy. I may be absolutely nuts. But here, the algorithm had you buying in at 1564. It's covering gaps all the way up. I kind of see this right here. Back in February, where we took from January, you went from 18 up to about 21. I see that as a resistance level. And if I just bring this and I touch 3 points, 1, 2, 3, see how it's kind of got a little resistance there? If we break above that probably 22 range and hold 22, I think you're coming back to this range. And let me pull this back a little bit so you can see it. Come on. Let me pull this. There we go. I think you're pulling back to probably up in this range, which is 30. And that would be a good move. Now, you're coming off the bottoms. I think Rivian is what, if there's one EV that would make me change from Tesla, it's Rivian. If you haven't been in one, I suggest you get in one. Find somebody who has one. Just sit in it. It's a quality vehicle. And with them changing to the Tesla standard NACS next year in their trucks, I think this is a good one to probably place a bet on. Now, will you become a Rivian-aire? Probably not. It's expensive. So if we go over here to FinViz and look at Rivian, they're not making money. They're losing $6.5 billion. But they're delivering, and they're delivering at higher quotas. They are delivering. That was the reason for the first jump in the stock was the delivery numbers. And yeah, you're up at 22 right now. If you hold 22, it's at 22.60. If you hold 22 today, I think you're going to 30. At some point in time this year, I think you're going to 30. Shopify. I wanted to bring up Shopify because I said anything under 60 on Shopify, you should start to add to. It just got you out of this run. So 61.90 was the buy. Got you out of that run. It's trading at 61.67. I think you start adding to this one. The RSI is at 38. This one, again, their earnings are coming up July 25th. It's basically an Amazon without the fulfillment cost. And that's why I like it. I think you're moving actually to $70 per that one. If you look at, we'll just look at a weekly. You're not even at the 200-day. The 200-day is at 81. And this is a good company with good products, with good management. The one thing that they don't have are the earnings. It's going to come. This is the $80, $90 stock the day they announce their earnings. Actually make earnings, I should say. So Shopify, I want you to take a look at. Meta, if you haven't been on Spaces, you're not missing out on anything other than a dumpster fire. Meta is, I said this before, it's a $400 stock. They're going to figure out Spaces. They're going to take on Twitter. They're going to take market share from Twitter. One thing these guys do is just squeeze the ad revenue out of everything. I'm not a fan of Spaces. It's just not good. I followed people on Instagram so I could see their pictures. I don't see pictures on Spaces. I don't see anything other than people espousing, hey, what's the best, oatmeal for you to buy? I mean, it's just boring. It's boring. But 30 million downloads. It's the first social media app to actually do it that fast. Elon is threatening to sue, and this is the funniest thing. Elon is threatening, and Twitter is threatening to sue Meta for hiring the people that Elon fired. And hey, Elon fired these people. I mean, he had to get his costs under control. Zuck, in the meantime, hired these people, engineers, people to basically build a Twitter clone. It still looks like Facebook to me. I think it's going to turn into your Uncle Joe, who is angry at the political system here in the United States, and he's going to start screaming off about, election fraud. I think that's where you go on Spaces. I think the liberal you'll find on Spaces. I think the conservative and the libertarian view, I think you'll find that on Twitter. I think that's where you go. But you get ad revenue on Meta, through Spaces. I mean, imagine an advertiser. You walk into Meta and you say, hey, I want to advertise on Instagram. And they say, well, we'll do an ad base for you on Instagram. We'll do an ad base on you on Facebook. And we'll do an ad space for you on Spaces. By the way, we'll throw in WhatsApp as well. Come on. What advertiser isn't doing that kind of thing? So they're going to squeeze some revenue out of advertisers. That's how they make their money. One thing I will do on the paid newsletter this weekend, I'll post charts on the grade 8. Most of the people, I think, on the paid version of the newsletter have TrendSpider. The grade 8, write them down. I'll include it in the newsletter. So if you don't have a pen nearby, I'll make sure that you have it written. AAPL, Apple. Amazon, AMZN. Google, GOOG. We buy GOOG versus GOOGL because GOOG is the one that Google actually buys when they buy back their stock. And the voting rights mean nothing. Larry and Sergey have so many shares. Your voting rights on GOOGL mean absolutely nothing. Meta, META. Microsoft, MSFT, the only one that was up yesterday. Netflix, and NVIDIA and Tesla. I'll give you price targets on the paid newsletter, I think, for all of those. Remember, my price targets are, hey, if you buy it today, it should hit this at some point in time this year. It's not options plays because options plays has timings involved. So you can use it around options, but it is what it is. Bradley Freeman, who I follow on Savvy Trader. And if you're not on Savvy Trader, I like Savvy Trader. I have two portfolios. The core portfolio, which I just did an equal weight version. I just bought 100 shares of everything. And then the trading portfolio, which I'll include an update on. By the way, we're back over 40 on TQQQ, just so you know. But this is Brad's portfolio. He is up 30 days. He's down 0.77. Heavily focused on Amazon right now. The note that he posted yesterday, and it was a tweet, he said it was about SOFI. And he said, hey, SOFI's prudent guide calls for 2.5% 2023 GDP contraction, 5% unemployment, rate cuts back half off this year. It's a bank. That jobs number today, which means yesterday, and the recent GDP print makes that forecast look too pessimistic. If that's the case, there should be upside on SOFI. Let's take a look at SOFI real quick. Oh, come on. I got to type that in. I hear an echo in my head, so I'm going to take these headphones off a little bit. But you've got the ascending wedge. You've got the just got you out of a 68%. You don't have confirmation yet. I agree with Brad. I think SOFI is a $10 stock when we start to turn around. Their earnings aren't coming up until July 28th, so you can be absolutely patient. There's no real catalyst between now and July 28th other than if a bank fails, if some other banking stuff happens, then SOFI does have some downside. I think if you can get this with a 7 handle, it's at $8.05. I don't think you're doing yourself any disfavor. Just enter in slowly. Enter in slowly for that one. I like the MACD is down here. It's not crossing up. It's still moving down. So if you get a 7, I would try and time it. Let's look at the 65 minutes so we can look at, see, you're still out on the 65 minute as well. So I'd enter in slowly, but I want you to keep an eye on SOFI because I do think it's a good stock. with good product. I mean, great products. Yeah, the only thing they're missing is earnings. And you can go over to FinViz and look at all that stuff. But I do want to keep an eye, and I like Brad's play there. Okay, Motley full-time, and I will post this in the newsletter and in the private Facebook group because I promised to do that. Motley Fool says, buy Truist. I told you a couple of days ago, I like the financials. Truist is a regional bank. It's big in the Southeast. I know the Brave Stadium is named Truist Stadium. The buy is $30.62. Right now it's trading at $30.76. You're seeing that descending wedge right there. I do think that you could buy this one. I think this gap up here at 38, I think with the healthy banks, I think that one comes up. Your earnings are coming up July 19th. I like this one into earnings. I think they're going to announce that they're perfectly fine. I think they're going to announce that they have core deposits. I think they're fine. I will post the article from Motley Fool on Facebook and in the newsletter. Well, I don't think I can. I'll do it as a separate newsletter. You know what? I'll post the article in the paid newsletter. That way Motley Fool can't ban me. Fubo. Sherry said she got into Fubo a little bit more. So I wanted to take a look at Fubo. Your boy is a former executive at Time Warner Cable, Cox Communications. I worked at Comcast. I know cable TV. These guys are drowning in cost. And that's where Fubo TV has a problem. If we look at a long term on this one, it's been a real issue. Here you see above the 200-day, it was at $27. $27 a share. You're down at $2 a share, and you're still not making money. That's where you're getting killed with cost here. They're losing $367 million bucks. It is up 15% year to date, down 24% for 1 year. Your 52-week high is $8.14. Your 52-week low is 96 cents. So you are 100% above your 52-week low. You're 75% below your 52-week high. The average price target is $3.28. They do cover this one fairly well. Evercore downgraded them with a price target of $3 back in February. September, that's a little bit outdated. Neutral to outperform with a $6 price target. It'd take a while to get there. Insiders are just exercising options. They're not doing anything other than that. And I don't think, here's one, March 22nd. He bought $18,000 worth. Chief Growth Officer sold 87,000 shares at $1.11. I mean, he's upset because it's trading for $2 now. He could have made about $4 million bucks on that one if he had just held it. Maybe he needed to put a pool in the backyard. I'm not a super fan because I think the cost is where this one just is the downfall. Now, from a 4-hour standpoint, let's run the 4-hour on this one. You're in at $2.10. Right now, you're trading at $2. It's got that button hook. I don't know that I'd necessarily get in. I think you'd want to wait until it gets below the 200-day. Their earnings are coming up August 3rd. So you have enough time. I'd wait for this one a little bit. I think a one handle on this one is probably the best play if you wanted to play it. Enter in slowly, have your stop losses pretty tight. Sam on Facebook, would you mind sharing your thoughts on FUNC? First Union Corporation might not be a bad bounce play if it actually goes back up. I'm not 100% sure how outdated the information on FinViz is as far as the price target goes. Yeah. Let's see, FUNC. This is First Union. I think it's First something. Let's see. FUNC. Did I write down? First United Corporation. It's a bank. It's a regional bank. It doesn't look good. What I did do, I looked at this one a little bit in my notes. Now, it's a micro cap. I mean, it is only $92 million market cap. $23 million in income, which is pretty good. Their PE is 3.86. Nothing excites me about this one except that they announced a 20-cent dividend. And that 20-cent dividend is coming up on July 17th is the ex-dividend date. 20 cents would get you, where did I do it? 20 cents, it's paying about 1.46% just on that one dividend. So you're getting almost 1.5% dividend on that one. The problem I have is I do think that there's a potential you will absolutely lose that capital down here. You'll see it's on the downside of the 9-day. There's no reason for me to think that this is a great play right now. It's losing any momentum that it has. Even on the 65-minute, you're below the 9-day. It's got gaps up there. The RSI, it does look like it's oversold, but with banks in particular, I'd rather wait for the confirmation above that 9-day before getting in at all. You'll see this play from May 11th at 1284. You got out with a 14% gain. You could have gotten out just by using the confirmation on the 9-day. But you're under the 200-day. This is a risky play. In my mind, I just don't think it's worth it. I'd rather take the chance on something like a NVIDIA or something like that, one of the AI growth trade. So this one doesn't excite me. It just doesn't. Fatima on Spotify asked about VOD, big dividend and down a lot, European mobile phone. Mobile phones are just a race to the bottom. I mean, I don't care what country you're in. They're all cutting costs, cutting prices. And so it's a high capital business. And they just, all they do is cut the price to the customer. They try and be the low cost provider. That's essentially what you're seeing in this country. So that's why you're seeing AT&T go down. That's why you're seeing Verizon go down. That's why you're seeing all of those companies go down. This one, same thing. There's nothing exciting about this one. Yes, it's down, but I think it can go down more. Here, look at it weekly. I mean, what makes you think we've hit a bottom? Could have said you hit a bottom here at 14 way back in November of 2021. Could have said, well, you got a double bottom here at 1470. You did go up to about 16 there. Great trade if you got out, but you still didn't have any confirmation here. Ooh, you got confirmation at November 22 when you're at 12. I just lost confirmation on the weekly. So I'm way down there. Ooh, I got it back. I'm at 12 again. Do I get out or hold on? I think we're going back to the 200. No, you're not. And you're just losing it over and over again. So in a bull market, this is one where it's making lower lows and lower highs. So I don't like it, Fatima. I'd stay away from it. There's again, and I say this over and over again, there's better places to put your money. Brandon from Facebook, can you go over VOC? It has a 15% dividend. The chart seems bullish, but I don't understand what an energy trust is or how they generate income. VOC, let's look at, is it VOC? Yeah, VOC Energy Trust. We just looked at VOD. Now we're looking at VOC. So VOC is one of these things. So read the description on FinViz. Basically, it acquires and holds term net profits interested in the net proceeds from production and sale of the interest in oil and natural gas properties in the states of Kansas and Texas. The company has 80% net term profits, interest of the net proceeds of the underlying properties. So they buy properties and then they sell those properties for oil rights. That's my understanding of what this is when I looked at it. I just, again, with the drilling, I think when, this one kind of went up here when you got the debt ceiling crisis kind of done. This was the low right here when January we had the debt ceiling. It was down here at 1717 because drilling went up. The permits were about there. I just can't, it's got a great dividend and it's got a history of paying it. The problem is there's nothing on FinViz since 2014 as far as price targets. There's no real news since May. So you can get your dividend at 15%. Joe said he bought into, let me see, ARLP is another energy trust I got into about 4 months ago with a 15% dividend. So if we look at this stock, $7.85 was the one to get into. You're kind of losing your momentum in there. ARLP, I think it is. Yeah, ARLP. Let's look at that one. This is Alliance Resources Partnership. Joe got into here probably at about $17. You're at $19.02. You're under the 200-day. It's kind of gotten that button hook a little bit. Probably run a little bit too much, but if you can get this in an 18 or a 17 handle, I think you get back to that 20 with a 15% dividend. I think you're doing well on this one. So energy trust, don't let it kind of fool you. It's not really energy. They're basically paying on the land rights. That's essentially what they're doing. So other people mine the actual energy, but they get the land rights. They pay a huge dividend. But I think it's a depreciating asset in my mind. You can look up ARLP. Go over and ask Bard. I mean, Bard, I've asked Bard a bunch of stuff. Let me see. Is VOC an energy trust? You know what? I'm gonna refresh this. We're gonna go to Bard. What is VOC energy trust, and how do they make money? Use AI. I mean, Bard I've been using a lot, and so just type that in there. I'm not able to help with that. I'm only a language model. So yeah, I mean, try and use some prompts on that one if you want to know. I'm probably not the guy to ask, to be honest with you. So let's look at some scans. Let's look at TQQQ is at $40.28. So under 40 was the right buy. The market's about to open up. Looks like this one's going to open up again. So if you open up above $40.28, again, I think my play was pretty good. We might get there. Scans, ALB. This is Albemarle. Your boy might have marbles in his mouth. 229.93. You're selling at 227. It's a lithium corporation. It's doing nothing super exciting. I mean, if you get a one handle on this one, great. If you don't, I don't know. We had a bunch, and I'm talking a bunch. I'm going to move this over. So SRTY, these are all levered ETFs on the short side triggered yesterday. 43.83 is SRTY. This is an ultra pro of the Russell 2000, so the small caps. SRTY. SPXU, which is an ultra pro triple levered ETF on the downside. So when the market goes down, this goes up. This is the S&P 500. So it's short of the S&P 500. $10.96 is that one. SDS. You guys remember SDS? I think I played this one against Hibbs. Ultra short, S&P 500, $34.95. And then the one that I played before and I got out of, I played it in this realm, $3.92 all the way up to $4 and something cents. For a few days, I think I was in that for a week. It's back down at $3.90. It's trading at $3.84. I'm not getting into this. Again, I played TQQQ under 40. I like that one. SDOW, which is a short of the Dow. Remember, it's 30 stocks on the Dow, and the Dow has been down. This one has not been a bad one to play. 24.94. You're under the 200-day. If you get back up to 26, but the Dow would have to go down, and the Dow's been underperforming, so I don't like that one as much. If you think we are going down on the NASDAQ, the ARC will actually get killed. This is a levered ETF, short ETF, SARK, 36.89 price point. That seems to be 36.87 is where it's trading right now. You got a gap up here, but remember on these levered ETFs, gaps mean less. I'm not sure that gap actually, would be in target at 44. I think your 200-day is more closely in target, but you'd have to see a pretty big crash of the ARC funds for that to take place. And then the only stock that I found on the Dow, NASDAQ, blah, 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 is WBA, Walgreens. I don't know why you'd want to buy into Walgreens. If you've ever been in a Walgreens recently, there's no reason to get into the stock. I mean, they're dirty stores. It's depressing. It's not like they're providing an exceptional service. But WBA 29.11. If you look at this one from a long term, even their CEO said, we just don't have the traffic that we had during COVID. And so that's what they bank on is traffic. They bank on people coming in there and paying $10 for a case of soda because they don't want to go to the grocery store. They want to buy it there. That's where you're at here. And I don't see any reason to get into that on the weekly. Doesn't have confirmation. It's well below. The only reason I brought it up is because it's there. I've had some questions about it, so I figured I would. Okay, I will stay on for a little bit. talk with some of the folks on YouTube. Remember, sign up for the newsletter. It's at dailystockpick.substack.com. It's free, paid content on the weekends, more of an education on the weekends than it is kind of quoting stocks. This weekend, maybe I found a 26-part lesson on the psychology of trading. So if you're interested in reading that one, finding the link, it's nothing that I wrote. It's just a free course that I found. I'll put that in the paid version this weekend. And some little stories about my history with trading and stuff like that. So dailystockpick.substack.com. If you like TrendSpider here, we talk about, the charts, my algorithms, all of this stuff, 25% off. Use the link down below, code DSP25. It's about $450 for the year. You can pay monthly, free 7-day trial. I give you access to my 4-hour algorithm, 65-minute algorithm. We talk about the psychology of trading. And, I made an emotional decision this morning to buy TQQQ. Probably not the smartest thing. I should stick to where the algorithm tells me to do it. And TQQQ, you're not out as far as the 4-hour algorithm. You're still in. The algorithm got you in here at 2764. You put $1,000 into 2764 in this algorithm, and you ride this one all the way up to 40, you've paid for TrendSpider. I mean, honest to God, you paid for the year in TrendSpider. So, put $100 in there. You've probably made what, $50-$60? So you're not quite making. The size of your trades matters when you actually buy TrendSpider, when you rent it, I should say. The subscription is about $450 a year, depending on the discount that you get. When you sign up through me, what do you get? You get the algorithms, you get watch lists, you get scanners, you get everything. So everything that you need to set up. I do have the setup on the paid newsletter. I have the TrendSpider setup, how my screen looks, which indicators I use and why I use them. All of that stuff is on the paid newsletter, but TrendSpider, I don't think there's a better charting program out there. Any of these links, by the way, if you go to linktr.ee, Linktree/daily-stock-pick. This is the screen that you get. And you've got 25% off right out there. Visible. If you're paying anything more than $25 a month for your phone service, click that link. You get $20 off your first month. It's $5 for the first month. Unlimited service for $5 for the first month. This is the service I have, so it's not like I'm giving you something that I don't use myself. I love it. It's on the Verizon network, fastest network out there. I use it. The code is down below. The link is right here if you go to linktr.ee. Another thing, if you don't have a brokerage or if you're using Robinhood, click the Webull link. You get free shares, free stock when you sign up. Click that link. Webull also has a desktop program for you to use charting. So if you're trading smaller lots and you don't have the portfolio that I have, and you don't think that $400 is too expensive for you to spend on software, well, go to Webull, get their software. I tell you exactly, and you can ask me what I have on my screen. I'll tell you what I have on my screen. So if you get Webull and you sign up, I'll tell you exactly what I have on my screen. But all the links are here. The other thing is, if you do make money, say you clicked on TQQQ and you tuned in back in April and you said, you know what, I am going to buy that TQQQ because Gary's algorithm said to buy it, which, by the way, you got out of a 19% gain right here in April 24. But say you bought that and you're thinking of selling today. You're at $40.09. I think it's going to go under 40 again now that the market is open. But say you're out there and you do sell it at $40. Well, your boy would appreciate a tip like a bartender. Gift me with Venmo, give me with PayPal. Say you don't have Venmo. Well, you sign up for Venmo right there. Any of the socials, our private Facebook group is right here. If you want to join the private Facebook group, it is private because I don't like douches in there, and I do it pretty liberally where I kick people out. But the private Facebook group is there. Twitter, right there. All of these social platforms you can do. I don't have my spaces up there because I don't think Linktree has added the spaces yet. But I will put that up there. If you follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on spaces anyway. Okay. Have a great weekend. I will be back Monday. Take care. And good luck trading. Good luck to me on the TQQQ. Take care. See ya. Okay. TQQQ is at... Let me close these. I told you it was going to be a quick one today. $40.19. Brandon, you're paying $190 a month for internet? And to Cox? So hold on. Let me export this so I have it. It was only 33 minutes. Brandon, find out the phone provider in your area. I would even go with Starlink, which has, it's a $400 setup fee, but I think it's $100 a month. That 190 is probably your TV as well. The fire side of me, Brandon, says, don't do regular streaming TV. Do regular, traditional TV. But get some Apple TVs and just go with a streamer. Go with Fubo. Go with YouTube TV. Significantly, I think YouTube TV is like $60 a month. And then your Cox internet shouldn't be more than $50 a month. That's kind of the sweet spot for me is when it's over $50 a month, I kind of cut that back. But I would find the phone provider. Here's the difference between cable and phone. And the reason I need phone, which is fiber for me, the reason I need that is for the uplink. If you go to, here, I'll show you, speedtest.net. So I'm on Verizon right now at my parents' house. We'll allow that. And you can see the download is great, 267, 300. I think we only pay for 300. So I'm getting a great speed up here. Now, the biggest one, if I was on cable, this part, the upload, would only be about, I think, between 6 and 30. They use much more for the download. The way they section off the bandwidth. So, yeah, I'd find fiber. If you have a question, I got buddies in the cable industry that can try and help you. So message me. They're in reseller kind of businesses. So I'm gonna quit GarageBand. We're gonna save that puppy. But yeah, speed test. Go to your speed test. Do that. Can TQQQ be a long-term hold, Mark? Mark, I will send you. You know what? I'm going to do this for you. There's a video that I will pin here that you should absolutely 100% watch. And I think I have it at the actual, let me see, the actual place where you want it. I wanted to watch it. Man, I chat a lot. Let me see. Here. Copy. Let me post this. Mark, because I don't do it as well as Humphrey does. The guy's name is Humphrey Yang. Fantastic YouTube channel. That is a video on the 5 investments mistakes that he says. The one I want you to watch is number 2. He's got them sectioned off, but I want you to watch number 2. Then you can tell me if TQQQ is a good buy for a long term. Triple levered ETFs, because they are decaying assets, they are good in a bull market. So for instance, if we go Here, I'll just go over here and we'll look at TQQQ. I'll look at this and then we'll just chart it against QQQ. Because it's triple levered, is it a good one? And we'll go 3 year. So here's the orange is TQQQ. So in a bull market, it's great. Look at that. October 21, you're doing great. Then you get to 2022 and say you dollar cost average and you just keep adding. So compounding is the way you want to look at long term. So $100 a month. And you get up here and you put in $100 a month and you lose this percentage. Well, that would actually wind up bringing you well below down here in QQQ. QQQ is just one. TQQQ trades options. It trades derivatives to get that triple levered value. It doesn't actually own stock. QQQ, it owns stock. They actually buy stock as an ETF. TQQQ does not. They just trade options in order to triple lever it. So while you're up here, if you were to dollar cost average, it wouldn't make sense at all. And then down here, TQQQ through October of last year, you were just way down. QQQ is the steady one. Now you go to 5 year and you can see, yeah, in 2020, 2021, TQQQ was great. Even during this period where you were pretty much in a bull market, TQQQ just didn't outperform greatly, kind of underperformed. This is the end of 2020. This is the beginning of 2020. TQQQ took a big leg down. But then this was COVID right here. You lost it. But it's been doing great. I just don't think you want it long term. Now, short term, trade it all day long. I trade it not often, but enough that I know enough about it. But I like it. So, okay. Let me upload. You know what? I've got to be ready to go. So I'm going to actually back out of here. Let me answer John's questions. What do you think of pre-IPO shares? I might have a chance to get SpaceX. Get it. John, there are sites that you can buy, like people, employees or former employees or founders. They will sell shares on sites of pre-IPO stuff. If you get a chance to buy SpaceX, it depends on the valuation. But I would tell you, any pre-IPO valuation of SpaceX, even today, is greatly undervalued compared to what the market will do on the day an Elon Musk company actually shows up on the stock market. Now, his experience with the stock market may be what actually restricts the stock market. Restricts the stock, from actually going public. He may just say, fuck you, I'm not going public. He hates the stock market. He hates shorts. He doesn't like what the manipulation of people to his stocks. So that's the only thing. But if you have a chance to get some SpaceX shares, get it. I don't think you'd be. Make sure the valuation is there. There's enough stuff on the internet. You could even ask Bard, should I buy SpaceX at a valuation of this? But here's what you have to know about SpaceX. The dollar cost of sending something to the other side of the earth, SpaceX will be able to ship packages from the U.S. to Japan, to China, to other places in the world significantly cheaper than a jet. I saw that on a. I think I listened to it. I think it would cost something like, say, a $20 package. It costs you $20 or $40 or something today. I'm sorry. Say you have a, bicycles that you have to ship from Japan or China because they were made cheaply. It will cost you 40% to send it to space of what it will cost you to actually ship it. And when timing matters, they'll be able to get it within hours, not days, because that shipment of bicycles may come on a ship, and they'll be able to do it in hours. So I think space companies have a huge, I think, Elon's right in this one. Buy. Do 7. I have to go and yeah, the issue is they just have to make it more stable. But the Falcon Heavy that they have now sending up satellites into space and stuff, it's actually going to wind up being cheaper. I was shocked at it. And I wish I'd like taken a note of where I heard this. But it's really interesting. I was happy about it when I read it, but notes, I don't have too many notes today either, which is nice. That's how I keep it short, when I don't have time to take notes. Okay, let's do this. Oh, where's Mullen stock? Hold on. Oh, Mullen's back down at 20. Joe, I hope you got out of that. I think you had your stop losses. It was a pump up yesterday. TQQQ is what I'm watching though. See, under 40. It's the price. Perfect. Great trade. High five. Boom. Oh, okay. I did want to. Uber. Okay. Now, no, we're going to add in an ad. Then I got upload. Insert ad break. 1. Insert. Publish. Okay. Okay, I'm getting out of here because I got to upload YouTube and I got to get to Costco. All in 10 minutes. You guys have a great weekend. And iMovie takes up too much bandwidth. So have a great weekend. Let's hope TQQQ comes back. It's moving.